Welcome back to Rush Drive, the channel where driving is treated as a craft, not just a habit. If you're new here, let me set the tone right away. This channel is built on real experience. 15 years of driving, testing, reviewing, and living with cars across every category you can imagine. From affordable daily drivers to flagship luxury machines. From city traffic to open highways, from smooth tarmac to unpredictable weather. This isn't about chasing trends or reading spec sheets. It's about understanding what really matters when you're behind the wheel. Today's video is not aimed at beginners. This is for drivers who already know how to drive. Drivers who have spent years on the road. Drivers who understand traffic, speed, and vehicle behavior. But here's the truth that only time teaches you. Experience doesn't mean you stop learning. In fact, the more advanced cars become, the more disciplined and refined the driver must be. Driving tips for experienced drivers are different. They're not about rules. They're about judgment, awareness, smoothness, timing, and above all, respect for physics. Modern cars are faster, heavier, smarter, and more complex than ever before. Even cars at modest price points now come with turbocharged engines, advanced braking systems, electronic stability control, and multiple driver assistance features. This changes how you should drive. A lot of drivers don't adjust. They drive new cars with old habits, and that's where problems begin. One of the biggest lessons learned over time is this: power does not equal control. You can have 500 horsepower and still be a poor driver. You can have 100 horsepower and be exceptionally smooth, efficient, and safe. Control is what separates experience from ego. Let's talk about throttle control first, because this is where many experienced drivers quietly make mistakes. Turbocharged engines deliver torque early. Even small engines feel strong now. If you apply throttle aggressively, especially mid-corner or on uneven surfaces, you're not being fast, you're being sloppy. Smooth throttle application keeps the car balanced, improves traction, reduces fuel consumption, and extends mechanical life. The goal is not speed in bursts. The goal is consistent, predictable movement. Braking is the next pillar of advanced driving. Modern brakes are powerful, yes. But experienced drivers don't rely on last-second braking. They read traffic early. They brake progressively. They release the brake smoothly. This keeps weight transfer under control and prevents instability. Hard braking should be rare, not normal. Steering input tells a story. A car responds best when steering is deliberate and fluid. Jerky movements upset grip and reduce feedback. Experienced drivers don't fight the wheel. They guide it. Your hands should be calm, your grip relaxed but confident. White-knuckle driving kills sensitivity. Tires deserve more respect than most drivers give them. Tires are the only connection between your car and the road. No amount of horsepower or technology can overcome poor grip. Tire pressure, tire quality, and tire condition directly affect braking distance, cornering stability, and ride comfort. Experienced drivers feel when tires are losing their edge. Visibility is another advanced skill. It's not just mirrors, it's anticipation. Watching traffic patterns. Reading the behavior of other drivers. Spotting brake lights several vehicles ahead. Predicting lane changes before they happen. This is how experienced drivers avoid sudden reactions. Proactive driving reduces stress and fatigue. Speed itself changes meaning with experience. Fast driving isn't aggressive driving. Fast driving is efficient driving. Maintaining momentum. Choosing lanes early. Avoiding unnecessary braking. On highways, smooth cruising beats constant acceleration. In cities, timing beats power. Driver assistance systems deserve respect, but not blind trust. Lane assist, adaptive cruise, blind spot monitoring, these are excellent tools. But they are not perfect. Sensors fail. Cameras misread. Experienced drivers stay engaged and alert, using technology as support, not substitution. Understanding drivetrain layouts is critical. Front-wheel drive pulls the car. Rear-wheel drive pushes it. All-wheel drive distributes power but adds weight. Each behaves differently under throttle and braking. Experienced drivers adjust instinctively. Fuel efficiency is also a mark of skill. Smooth acceleration, steady speeds, intelligent braking, these save fuel regardless of engine size. With fuel prices fluctuating, efficient driving isn't just economical, it's responsible. Comfort is often ignored, but it's essential. Seat position, steering wheel reach, mirror angles, these affect fatigue and reaction time. Long drives demand ergonomic discipline. A tired driver is a slow driver. Weather separates confident drivers from careless ones. Rain, fog, night driving, each demands adaptation. Slower speeds, longer following distances, gentler inputs. Respecting conditions is not weakness. It's intelligence. Experienced drivers listen to their cars. Changes in sound, changes in feel, changes in response. These signals matter. Driving well includes awareness of mechanical health. Drive modes exist for a reason. Eco, comfort, sport. Experienced drivers use the right mode at the right time. They don't leave the car in sport in traffic or eco on mountain roads. Technology is meant to be used thoughtfully. Attitude is everything. The best drivers don't race traffic. They don't get emotional. They stay calm and composed. Experience is discipline, not dominance. Now, let's go deeper, because advanced driving isn't just about habits. It's about understanding how modern vehicles behave as complete systems. And this is where advanced driving truly separates itself from routine driving, because once you understand the fundamentals, the next level is learning how to adapt them to different environments, different vehicles, and different responsibilities behind the wheel. Let's start with highway driving, because this is where experience either shines or quietly disappears. Highways are not about speed. They're about rhythm, flow, awareness. An experienced driver understands that the safest and fastest way to travel long distances is consistency. Sudden acceleration, constant lane changes, and aggressive braking don't save time. They create risk and fatigue. On the highway, lane discipline matters more than power. Choose the correct lane early. Stay predictable. Use indicators not as a formality, but as communication. The best highway drivers move like chess players, not gamblers. They read traffic far ahead, identify patterns, and make decisions before situations become urgent. Maintaining safe following distance is not about fear. It's about options. Space gives you time. Time gives you control. Control gives you confidence. Tailgating removes all three. Experienced drivers know that one extra car length can be the difference between a smooth brake and a panic stop. Cruise control, especially adaptive systems, can be useful on long highway drives, but they should never disengage your awareness. Your hands stay on the wheel. Your eyes stay scanning. Adaptive systems react. Experienced drivers anticipate. Now let's talk about long-distance driving and fatigue, because this is something many skilled drivers underestimate. Fatigue doesn't arrive suddenly. It creeps in quietly. Reaction time slow. Judgment softens. Experienced drivers respect fatigue. They stop early. They hydrate. They stretch. They adjust seating. They understand that arriving safely is more important than arriving fast. Night driving is another environment that demands maturity. Reduced visibility, glare from headlights, and lower alertness levels make night driving uniquely challenging. Experienced drivers slow down slightly at night. They increase following distance. They clean their windshields and mirrors. They avoid staring directly into oncoming headlights and instead focus slightly to the side of the road. Rain changes everything. Grip is reduced. Braking distances increase. Steering inputs must become gentler. The biggest mistake drivers make in rain is driving as if conditions haven't changed. Experienced drivers respect reduced traction. They brake earlier, accelerate smoother, and avoid sudden lane changes. Hydroplaning is not about speed alone. It's about tire condition, water depth, and driver input. Smooth steering and calm throttle control are critical. Panic makes things worse. Experience brings calm. Mountain and winding roads introduce another layer of complexity. This is where vehicle balance, weight transfer, and driver smoothness truly matter. Experienced drivers don't attack corners. They set up for them. They brake in a straight line, enter smoothly, and accelerate progressively on exit. This isn't racing. This is control. Downhill driving is especially misunderstood. Riding the brakes overheats them and reduces effectiveness. Experienced drivers use engine braking where appropriate. Lower gears provide control without excessive brake wear. Now let's talk about large vehicles, because modern drivers increasingly move into SUVs, crossovers, and luxury performance vehicles. Bigger does not mean easier. Larger vehicles carry more mass, sit higher, and require more respect. They can feel deceptively stable, but physics always wins. In large SUVs, smoothness becomes non-negotiable. Abrupt steering, late braking, and aggressive throttle upset balance quickly. Experienced drivers drive large vehicles with patience. They allow extra stopping distance. They plan lane changes early. They understand blind spots are larger and visibility, while higher, is not perfect. Seating position in large vehicles is critical. Sitting too far back or too high can reduce control. Experienced drivers adjust their seats to feel connected, not detached. You should feel the vehicle, not float above it. Luxury vehicles add another dimension. They isolate you from noise, vibration, and harshness. This is comfortable, but it can also dull feedback. Experienced drivers stay mentally engaged, even when the car feels effortless. Silence does not mean safety. Performance vehicles introduce temptation. Power arrives easily. Speed builds quickly. The difference between confidence and overconfidence becomes very thin. Experienced drivers respect performance. They understand that just because a car can accelerate quickly doesn't mean it should, especially in public spaces. Electronic stability systems are impressive, but they are not invincible. They assist within limits. Exceed those limits, and physics takes over. Experienced drivers don't test those limits on public roads. Ownership mindset matters too. A good driver thinks long-term. Tire wear, brake health, suspension condition, alignment, these are not afterthoughts. They are part of driving well. Smooth driving extends component life and preserves vehicle value. Price does not define driving quality. A well-driven affordable car is more impressive than a poorly driven luxury one. Experienced drivers know that skill is independent of badge. Technology should serve the driver, not distract them. Touchscreens, menus, settings, experienced drivers set up their vehicle before moving. They don't scroll while driving. Focus stays on the road. Driving is also psychological. Mood affects decisions. Stress creates impatience. Anger creates mistakes. Experienced drivers manage their mindset. They slow down when needed. They disengage emotionally from aggressive drivers. They protect their own safety first. One of the clearest signs of an experienced driver is how they respond to others' mistakes. They don't escalate. They create space. They assume unpredictability and plan accordingly. As vehicles continue to evolve, the driver remains the most important system. Autonomous features will grow, but judgment, awareness, and discipline will always matter. And this is where everything connects. Driving is not a series of isolated techniques. It's a mindset. A continuous loop of observation, decision-making, and control. Experience teaches you that the goal is not domination of the road, but harmony with it. You don't need to prove anything behind the wheel. You need to arrive safely, calmly, and in control. That's real mastery. And as we move toward the final part, we'll bring all of this together, the mindset, the machines, the responsibility, and define what it truly means to be an experienced driver in the modern automotive world. At this stage of your driving life, you already know how to handle a car. You know throttle control, you know braking, you know how to read traffic. But mastery isn't about knowing more rules, it's about refining instinct. After 15 years behind the wheel, I can tell you this with absolute confidence: the biggest difference between an experienced driver and a truly elite driver is awareness under pressure. Not speed, not power, awareness. Let's talk about how your car actually communicates with you, because every modern vehicle, whether it's a budget sedan or a flagship luxury SUV, is constantly talking. Most drivers ignore those signals. The steering wheel is the first language. Subtle vibrations, slight resistance changes, even the way the wheel self-centers tells you about tire grip, road surface, and suspension load. When you're driving something like a Lexus RX or a BMW X5, the steering might feel isolated, but that doesn't mean it's silent. It just whispers instead of shouting. You need to learn to listen. Throttle response is another conversation most drivers misunderstand. Experienced drivers don't mash the accelerator, they modulate it. In turbocharged cars, especially modern ones, throttle isn't directly connected to power, it's a request, not a command. Smooth throttle application keeps the turbo spooled, improves fuel efficiency, protects drivetrain components, and keeps passengers comfortable. Whether you're driving a naturally aspirated V6 or a turbocharged 4-cylinder, finesse always wins over force. Now let's talk about braking, because this is where even seasoned drivers make mistakes. Braking isn't about stopping, it's about weight transfer. Every time you touch the brake pedal, you're shifting the entire mass of the car forward. The best drivers brake progressively, not aggressively. Initial brake input should be firm but smooth, then ease off as speed drops. This keeps the suspension settled and maximizes tire grip. It also reduces brake wear and keeps your car composed, especially in high-speed scenarios or emergency situations. If you drive performance-oriented vehicles, this becomes even more important. Cars with larger wheels, low-profile tires, and sport-tuned suspensions punish poor braking technique. Mastering brake modulation turns an average driver into a confident one, regardless of the car's price or badge. Speaking of price, let's clear up a myth. Expensive cars do not make you a better driver. They make mistakes easier to hide. Advanced driver assistance systems, adaptive suspensions, traction control, and stability systems are incredible tools, but they are not substitutes for skill. Experienced drivers understand how these systems work and when to trust them, and when not to. Knowing the limits of your car's electronics is just as important as knowing its horsepower. Let's dive into power for a moment. Horsepower numbers look great on paper, but torque is what you actually feel. Understanding where your engine makes torque changes how you drive. Diesel engines, turbocharged petrol engines, and hybrid systems all deliver power differently. Experienced drivers use torque, not revs, especially in real-world driving. Smooth overtakes, relaxed cruising, and confident hill climbs come from understanding your engine's character. This is why specs matter, but only if you know how to use them. Transmission type, gear ratios, drivetrain layout, these are not marketing terms. They define how a car behaves. Front-wheel drive cars require different throttle discipline than rear-wheel drive cars. All-wheel drive gives confidence, but it can also encourage overconfidence. Knowing your drivetrain keeps you safe. Now let's talk about long-distance driving, because experience really shows here. Fatigue management is a skill. It's not about how long you can stay awake, it's about how long you can stay sharp. Seat position, steering wheel adjustment, mirror alignment, these aren't comfort features, they're performance tools. A well-adjusted driving position reduces fatigue, improves reaction time, and gives you better control. Climate control settings matter more than people think. Slightly cooler cabin temperatures keep you alert. Fresh air circulation reduces drowsiness. Music volume affects concentration. Experienced drivers control their environment deliberately, not randomly. Night driving deserves special attention. This is where experience truly separates drivers. Vision management is everything. Don't stare at headlights. Use peripheral vision. Adjust mirrors to reduce glare. Keep your windshield clean inside and out. A dirty windshield scatters light and reduces visibility dramatically. These small habits make a massive difference, especially on highways. Rain driving is another skill many overestimate. The first 15 minutes of rain are the most dangerous. Oil and dust rise to the surface, reducing grip. Experienced drivers slow down early, not late. They increase following distance, reduce steering inputs, and avoid sudden movements. Good tires matter more than horsepower in rain. Always remember that. Now let's talk about respect for the machine. Cars are mechanical systems, not disposable appliances. Warm-up matters. Cool down matters. Driving gently until the engine reaches operating temperature extends engine life. Allowing turbocharged engines to cool after hard driving protects bearings. These habits don't show on social media, but they show in longevity. Maintenance awareness is part of driving skill. Knowing how your car sounds when healthy helps you detect problems early. Changes in vibration, noise, or response are warnings. Experienced drivers don't ignore these signs. They investigate. Modern features like adaptive cruise control, lane assist, and collision avoidance are excellent tools when used correctly. But never surrender responsibility. Hands on the wheel, eyes on the road, mind engaged. Automation assists skill, it does not replace it. Let's talk mindset, because this is the final evolution of an experienced driver. Ego has no place on the road. The goal is not to win. The goal is to arrive. Defensive driving is not passive driving. It's proactive awareness. Anticipating mistakes before they happen. Leaving space. Planning exits. Reading traffic patterns like a chessboard. When you drive this way, everything changes. Stress reduces. Confidence increases. Your passengers feel safer. Your car lasts longer. Fuel efficiency improves. And driving becomes enjoyable again. This is what we focus on here at Rush Drive. Not hype. Not noise. Real experience. Real driving. Real understanding of cars, from their price and specs to their soul and behavior on the road. And if you've stayed with me this far, you're not just a driver, you're someone who truly cares about the craft. If you want more deep, honest automotive insight, make sure you subscribe to Rush Drive, turn on notifications, and stay connected. Because driving isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's about how you get there. And I'll see you in the next drive.